So, in your healing journey, you may or may not come across people who remind you of different parts of yourself. And by different parts of yourself, I mean if you have let go of a toxic struggle with codependency, the next person you might meet may remind you of that toxic struggle. And it's not meant to put you down or show you that you can only find another person that was like you or has the same energy as you. In life, we get tested, right? Like everything is always a test, and it's not necessarily meant to disturb you or put you down or say you are not worthy of what you seek, but a lot of it is you have let go of a very integral part of who you were for years, decades, even, and the struggle was real, and it's really hard to dig down deep and let go of a part of yourself that kept you safe, kept you remembering why you had moved on. So when you meet a new person and they remind you of who you once were, that is not meant for you to say, oh shit, maybe I should go back to this. It is meant for you to say, is this person necessary? Is this energy necessary? Is the struggle that I just did to release old parts of myself that didn't find frequency with who I am now, do I want to go back to that? Do I really need this in my life? And that's up to you to decide. You can full well go back to the old energy that you used to go back to, that you remember because it's comfortable, it's safe, it allowed you to be who you thought you truly were. But if you come away from that meeting and maybe cringe from the energy and maybe understand that this is not anything that I want and I don't want to deal with this anymore. I really don't. Then that's up to you. And you can let that energy go and that person go with love, with honor, with distinction, but you don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to say no, and if you come across a person like that or energy like that, how are you going to deal with it? It is all a test. It is a test to make sure that you are ready to move on. It is a test that allows you to understand how you used to be viewed, not by yourself but through other people's eyes. And if you have such a visceral reaction to an old version of you that you no longer feel, that you are no longer part of, that no longer resonates with you, think about what other people used to view you as. And this is not meant to put you down. This is not meant to show you that you used to be a bad person. This is not even meant to show you that you could have done better. This is meant to show you that you once had energy that you thought was safe, you thought was sacred, you thought was part of you, you thought kept you safe and sane and allowed you to move on through life with the best of intentions. This person that you meet probably had the same idea. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But the mere fact that you have let go of so many variations of yourself, you have let go of so many ideas that are no longer part of your human or emotional or energetic journey. You owe it to yourself to view an old version of yourself with love. You owe it to yourself to view this old version of yourself with distinction, with honor. And there are amazing ways to look at this and go, huh, if a person is in my life for any stretch of time, I owe it to myself to understand how other people were viewing me. I owe it to myself and this other person to send them love, to send them honor, to send them the best possible energy that you can. Right. And the thing is, like, you're always going to get tested. We're always going to get tested no matter how much we think we have, no matter how much we think we have healed. Always more to do. There's always another level up in a way. And you can't look down at somebody and go, "Oh, you remind me of who I used to be. Oh, get away." No, you used to be this person. You used to have this energy. You've decided that through whatever means you are going to level up. You can't look down at a previous version of yourself or the idea that you once had this energy and say, "No, I can't be around you because that was you." Right? So the next time you get tested or the next time that something comes up or you meet a person and they are a mirror of who you used to be, relish the mirror because everybody you come in contact with is going to be a mirror of who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming. Think of it as the ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future. And how do you want to sit in that past? How do you want to be remembered in that past? Do you want to be remembered as like, "Oh, get away from me," or do you want to remember as you have value, you have light, I see you, I love you, I set you free with honor and distinction? How do you want to view your present? Do you want to view your present as, "I need to get better, I need to get out of this, blah blah blah. I have so many things left that I have to let go of," or do you want to be remembered in the present as, "I am understanding where my boundaries are. I am understanding where my faults are. I am understanding where I am leaving and where I am going into. There is nothing currently wrong with me. There are only pieces of myself that I can allow to get better. There's nothing currently wrong with me, and the things that I find and the things that I may have neglected energetically, spiritually, financially, physically, I am working on to make them better than I found them. Because whatever situation you find yourself in, you want to leave it better than what you found it. Because if you don't, then you're no better than what you were 10, 20, 30 years ago when you did the same thing, right? We've all learned how to take responsibility for our own actions, for our own energy, for the way we think, for the way we act. And moving forward, treat every meeting of energy as, "This was once me, this is now me, this is where I want to be. How can I use this to my advantage to become a better person? How can I use this to my advantage to learn from mistakes that maybe I have made, from the past me? How can I use this energy, this person, this idea, this feeling to move past whatever I perceive my block to be?" It's not that you have a problem, it's that there's a block, there's something to be learned from, there is something to learn, and there is something to move into. And this is just a reminder. It's very much a reminder because I've had the same issue where I just moved out of a situation and an energy that wasn't who I really wanted to be. And the next person I met reminded me of an old version of myself. And it wasn't meant to be. It was a nice meeting, it was a nice conversation. I had my own issues and feelings come up about it and I dealt with them effectively. And what came up was setting back on the path in a way that was right and righteous and loving and setting a boundary that needed to be set. So you can meet a person who was once you. You can meet a person that had the energy that you had that you no longer want, and you can set them off with distinction, with love, with understanding that they are on their own path. Just a reminder.